Hello, screenwriters, and welcome to Writing for Screens, the screenwriting step-by-step project, episode number 178. My name is Glenn Gers, and I come to you every Monday through Friday, if I can make it, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Zone, to let you look over my shoulder, watch as I write a script. I'm doing this in order to teach a part of screenwriting that I think is under-taught, which is the actual day-to-day, line-by-line process of writing. Not whether to write a good script or a great script or any type of script that'll sell, just how to get from all that stuff in your head to a script. And I think that nobody talks enough about what that takes, what the process is of working out your story, figuring out an outline or some kind of way to figure out the scenes, and then to do a rough draft and to rewrite, the process of writing and rewriting. It just strikes me that you need to know that when you are facing a blank page, everybody's going to do it a different way. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but I'm hoping that some of the things I'm going to show you are useful tools. That's really all I think any artist can get. Tools, skills, process, and then you figure it out for yourself. You figure it out your own way. I am just showing you what I figured out during my 25-year career writing for movies and TV. I had to teach myself, and as I'm going out of the business, I thought, you know what? There's stuff I figured out that nobody told me, and I wish someone had, so I'm going to tell you. Take from it what you will. If it doesn't seem to work for you, doesn't make sense for you, don't do it. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you figure out your own thing. If this is helpful to you, even more helpful are my lesson videos. Most of my channel, the first three sections, screenwriting essentials, screenwriting tools, skills, screenwriting process, being a writer, those three top sections of my channel, they have videos on topics, genre, character arcs, whatever it is. Those are little condensed, hopefully really practical how-to. Mix and match them, figure out what can work for you. That's what I'm here for. Hello, this is Kitschy. Hello, Natasha. And that said, I'm going to get to writing because this project is about watching me sharing my screen as I do this, in the hope that it will help you do yours. So while I was reading over this, when I'm setting up my my streaming every day here, hello Butte, I try, if I get a chance, to read over the last couple of lines and the next couple of lines, see where I am, get my head into it. And when I did that, I thought of a really important thing. Yesterday I wrote this speech, took rough bits of the rough draft and combined them to make this speech, which is still a work in progress. But what I realized when I got to the end of it, where he says, I hope someone's watching this because it means that it worked. In other words, I was murdered because I drew the killer out of hiding. And I realized, well, that's interesting. It doesn't make any sense as a plan if he didn't hope that that would somehow give somebody new clues. Just saying, hey, I just faked this, it was just a bluff, doesn't work as a way to help anybody. Hi, Gene. So what I want to do is add in a bit where he says, if you're watching this, go to this secret part of the attic or whatever, and I've rigged this house with surveillance so that whoever did this got caught. And that's going to eventually be how we find out that Xena did it. But the thing that happens here is she is so upset by discovering there is no evidence that she doesn't play through to the end of this message. And when she doesn't play through the end of this message, it leaves that unresolved. And then later on, in some later episode, we can have somebody else, say, like looking through stuff, find it, check the surveillance, and find out that in fact it was Xena. Hello, Biram. So that's my plan. And what I'm going to do to get that plan, because that plan takes place outside of the pilot. That's something for a later episode. So I have this thing which I call the series outline, which is where I've just been throwing in every idea I have that's for episodes later than the pilot. I think it's a really good idea. It's always a good idea to create a document, a simple place to put your thoughts that need to be kept in a certain organization. For instance, I have my outline, which is anything in the script. It's scene by scene in the script. But then anything that's about the script but not in the script, character analysis or whatever, I put that in the document I call the overview. The problem is when you're writing a series, you have the pilot that you're writing, and then you have all the theoretical rest of the episodes. I created a special outline and overview for those. So in order to catch the person who murders him, part of his whole plan to lure the killer out of hiding with himself as bait. A bait plan doesn't make much sense if there's no way to hook them. Okay, so he hid cameras all over, motion sensitive, and they catch Xena. But Xena doesn't play all of George's confession message from beyond because she's so upset that there is no actual helpful evidence. So the end of that message is not seen until a late episode when someone, Norman or Maddie, happens to go back and watch through. And they watch all the way, and so they see the instructions to find the surveillance setup, and that is how we find out we or they find out Xena actually murdered George. Cool. Cool. So that is very useful. Okay. All right. So you see what I'm doing here? I am plotting out. I'm setting up something here, which will pay off episodes down the line. Set up and pay off. Very important to plotting. And the tricky thing about writing a pilot is you need to plot out the pilot to have a shape with a beginning, middle, and end, but then you're also laying in things that are going to be used in later episodes. It's much more complicated than writing a feature, actually, because you've got to sort of keep the whole series in mind, but you don't actually get to write the whole series most of the time. So, and this all came about because I was looking, this is what rewriting is all about. When you write the best you can, you're saying, okay, I need a bit where George confesses that there is no evidence. Cool, I'm writing it, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought about the fact that if he's leaving a message for if I'm murdered, and he's thinking, I kind of hope if you're watching this, I'm dead, but that means that I got murdered by the killer, so my plan worked. That was just a cool line. It was just a cool way to end the speech. But now when I thought about it today, you come back at it with new eyes. You always come back at things because you get fresh. You come at it with a new eye, and I saw that it didn't make any sense for him to hope that he got murdered if there wasn't some plan to catch the person who did it. So, hi Mike, you're welcome. I am very glad. Think in scenes is a biggie. Think in scenes. For those of you who are not familiar, one of my most important concepts, think in scenes, which also goes to the why outline and how to outline. It is so important for you to understand that everything in your script has got to be in a scene. And that's what that video is about, is how to make that part of your thinking. So great. Hello, Raphael. Everybody's got interesting icons today. Sort of like this. It's interesting. Raphael and Biram seem to have very similar graphics. Is there a group out there working together? Okay. Okay. So now. All right, so we have just popped out. Here we are in a video clip, and then it freezes, and we are coming out of the clip to Xena, who's watching the clip on her laptop in the attic. No. A mini studio. Collapsible phone tripod. A couple of small LED lights, mic. Okay. Well, I like it. It's a great image. Very cool. I am a fan. Mine's from a Japanese manga called... Oh, that's Attack on Titan. Who is that? I know I know a good deal about Attack on Titan. Friend of somebody I know was a big fan until the end, frankly. Felt that it was something of a letdown. Cool. Tell me which character that is. In fact, I'm gonna screenshot that. Okay. All right. Aaron, okay, it's Aaron. Yeah. I heard about Aaron. Somebody I didn't watch much. I watched one or two of the online version, the video version, the show. I didn't read the manga, but I've heard a great deal about it. So cool. Attack on Titan is a fascinating. Talk about interesting story structure. I don't want to spoil anything. All I will say is anime often will do really, really different kinds of structures. So in this case, you spend an entire season in a certain situation, and then you discover that the situation is part of a much larger situation. Let's just put it that way. And your perspective on things it changes drastically. They're just much more daring in non-Hollywood structures. All sorts of foreign to me, obviously not to everyone, entertainment industries just have completely open other senses of what constitutes the proper story, and things that Hollywood would shy away from. Other industries are happy to explore, and so therefore it's incumbent on us to explore all of them if we can. Hi, Rachel. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is convey the imagery here in as few sentences as possible, because I want to keep the intensity of the action. Okay, so I'm just making sure that when I say she's playing it again, she's all right. So, okay, this is not bad. Taking in reeling from George's secret. But at the moment, What do you mean? Like in this moment, in the whole story? She set up a portable. Hello, Larry. Now, what I'm thinking is I want to make sure that this is clear that he's announced that he has new evidence, but he doesn't have it. Even though I don't have any. Even though I don't. Use myself, even though I don't. Use myself. I'm going to use myself as bait. So I'm going to announce. So I'm going to use myself as bait. That's what we want to do. Announce I have new evidence, even though I don't. There we go. That's more clear. More clearer. Yeah, absolutely. I went through most of those questions at the beginning of this process. The answer is who is doing what? Who is it? Who's it about? It is about this. The story is about Madeline and Norman. However, at the moment we're in a scene with Xena, which her objective is to make herself famous, and she has decided to murder someone in order to solve their murder. And so the obstacle is she just found out that she murdered someone who was had made himself seem important when he wasn't. So she murdered him to take his important spot. And in fact, his important spot was bullshit. And she is kind of upset right now because she is discovering this obstacle. The obstacle of murdering, she got over it. She was over murder a long time ago, but lack of fame, man, that's upsetting her. But she has... Scrubs back. Scrubbing being dragging along the timeline. Okay. So now, there we go. There we go. You stupid fat old boomer moron. That's good. That is much better. See, now we're down with them when they hear her And so that's why they don't call 911. You stupid, fat, old boomer, dipshit moron. You stupid, fat, old boomer moron. Yeah. Sorry about the language. For those of you who don't like it, I understand. I agree. I felt it was true to the character. Okay. Okay, they're not really terrified. They know it's Xena. Hello, Pedro. How are you? We are we are rewriting. By the way, if there's a fireplace poker, why didn't they use it before? We'll deal with that. Holds. Not is. Always avoid is if you can. Oh, hi, Division 5. Thank you for asking. My dad is fine. 90-year-olds, they do end up in the emergency room now and then. And I knew he was. And that call was actually a call saying that he was out of the emergency room. So all good. Thank you. But I did feel like I had to pick up because I didn't know that that was what the call was saying. So I appreciate your tolerance of my home life now and then intruding upon the live stream, because life happens, you know? Grips. But as Norman reaches. Hi, Matthew. Hello. Okay, so we got to the end of that sequence, and now we are beginning a new sequence. This is a time cut. Yes, that is true. That is on my side. Okay. Evidence. So basically what's happening here is Xena has been up in the attic. As she's flipping out, we cut downstairs to see that Madeline and Norman are just coming in as she's screaming. They freak. Then they realize that Xena, and they say hello, and she says hello, and now time has passed. She has explained to them what she just heard. It's evidence that he didn't. It's evidence. It's evidence that he didn't have any evidence. That seems like something they should know. How does it help? Except now they'll think George was just a crackpot. They're really going to work on that case. Except now they'll just think. It feels wrong. If you care about George, you want this plan to work. Do we? Got him killed. You know what? I don't think we need that. I think this... He proved. So we have to get him. If you care about George, you want his plan. You want his plan to work. He proved the killer is still out there. Now we have to get him. That just seems exactly like the police's job. That feels wrong. If you care about George, you want his plan to work. He proved the killer is still out there. Now we have to get him. You think the police are going to let us keep provoking the killer, drawing him out, getting him to make a mistake? They can't. They have to play by the rules. You are really scary. Yes, I am. I think this has to be Norman. There we go. And then we have this great switch in topic. Where she's watching them, says, "Oh my God, you two are getting it on. Oh my God, no freaking way. Get out. You two? Seriously? Did you hook up?" No, that's none of you. Oh my God, you did. I love it. We did not hook. You did, didn't you? And it was good. This is good. All right. Why? Because I wanted to make it noticeable, draw the eye. These irrational, unreasonable capitalizations are emphasis. That's all they are. It's a way of saying pay attention to. they're edging in. They're not just coming in there, and they see the attic stairs are down. So when I have something that I'm really trying to like hype, emphasize, accentuate, you are allowed to all caps them in screenplays because screenplays are nuts. Catches the eye contact. Yeah, there we go. They don't suddenly. I'll probably see the new Top Gun when it is free. When it is streaming. I'm paying for streaming services, and Top Gun is not a rush out to the theater. Mike, are there apprenticeship programs? Kind of. There are some programs primarily for TV writers from the studios and companies. There's like a Warner Brothers, and many of the studios will essentially have a apprenticeship program where you get to be a writer's assistant or sort of come in and spend a month working as an internee kind of person and getting a little training. So yes, there are some apprenticeship programs in TV writing, in series writing. TV is such an inadequate term now. What I mean is series writing, show writing. There's no such thing as an apprenticeship program for feature writing that I know of. There are some contests in schools. There's this one I have recommended called Cinestory. Let me see if I've got it here. Don't have it offhand here. Let me just type it again. Cinestory is a contest in which what you win is not money, but mentorship. It's not apprenticeship; it's mentorship. I have worked as a mentor for them and a script reader and judge. They're a good program. They are legitimate, honorable, honest. They are not trying to make money off of it. They are actually trying. They are agents, producers, and writers who are donating their time to mentor. And that is a program you can look into. I know that there are series writing or TV internships and apprenticeships through some of the studios. I don't remember which ones because I was beyond that when they happened. Keywords in legal docs are all capped. I did not know that. That's cool. Well, certainly true in some screenplays. I'm going to shift uncomfortably. Blush uncomfortably. Busted. I don't know if they really blush. Yeah, for the moment I'll leave it. Yes, Nickel Foundation. Thank you. I forgot that. The Nickel Awards, NICHOL. Thank you, Stephen. Also, hi, Stephen. Nice to meet you. And you're a monkey with a typewriter. You're a chimp with a machine gun. The Nickel is a contest that does indeed bring you a high-profile introductions, and I believe there are actually fellowships. The thing about the fellowships, I don't think they're actual apprenticeships. They are money, I believe. I don't know. Hi, Derek. Baldbeard. I do not know best websites for scripts. First of all, they change. I can tell you that in award season, in the from like Thanksgiving through January, Deadline, the industry news outlet, tends to put all the nominated scripts up there, so you can get those. I don't know. Search around. They come, they go. Some different people have them. Don't pay. My key is don't pay. There's got to be free versions. Script PDF. That's a good one. I don't even worry about download. If you find the PDF, you'll be good. Unfortunately, the thing is, you don't want ones that make you that are sort of trading scripts for something. A lot of them just give you the script. AFI also has fellowships. Oh, cool. All the studios have TV fellows. Yes, pathways to the races. Pathway to writers' rooms. This is a fact. I didn't know all the studios did it, but I knew that they did. I knew that some of them did. I knew that Warner's did, maybe Disney. So yeah, makes sense. Cool. Yeah. Deadline definitely does. And basically, if you just Google screenplays PDF, you'll find a lot. The tricky thing, the important thing, just to take a moment here about this, the important thing about getting scripts from the internet is look if it does not have a title page, or if it's in a don't go for transcripts. Some people have made transcripts or actually run films through transcription software, and they just have somebody has written what they're watching on the screen. That's not a script. That's a transcript, and it's useless. The thing that you want is a script that has a title page. Ideally, the title page should either have a production company name at the bottom or a date at the bottom, something or a date on it somewhere. These are things that signify that it's an actual script. There's leaks. Reddit actually is not a bad place. Scripts are around. The thing you don't want, the other thing to look for is if the script, if it's an existing movie or show and the script is exactly word for word what is on the screen, that's not a real script, because there is no such thing as a real script where they actually say and do everything exactly as it was written. Has never happened. So therefore, if you're reading something and absolutely everything word for word, because the thing is, the actors change things, the edit changes things, there's no way that a script is exactly produced as described. So therefore, look for scripts that are at least a little bit off from what showed up on the screen. All right. So, okay, she's already blushing. Kind of panic. Busted. Boom. All right. Oh, really? I'm interested in that. I am working on a project about early Hollywood too. Where did you get that, Pedro? Was that a Reddit leak? I am so glad. That is great. I don't know what the online BBC Writers' Room is, so I clearly have not looked at it, but probably a good thing. Yeah, Blacklist scripts. Usually when the Blacklist publishes its annual list, which is not the same as the Blacklist site, the Blacklist site is a reader interactive thing. The Blacklist itself is done by a secret group of industry professionals who choose their favorite unproduced scripts. That list tends to then get released all the scripts from them. Yeah. Okay, cool. I will check out that it was from Reddit. Neat. I have to spend more time on Reddit. I am not Reddit friendly. I tend not to go there. Once again, getting she okay, all right, but you know that everybody's going to find out, right? Not if you don't tell them. Are you kidding? It's visible. You know you can't keep this secret, right? You can't. You can't if you don't tell. You know you can't keep this secret. We can if you don't tell. Let's let everyone else see for themselves, then, I guess. And as for George's plan, it's too dangerous. Tell the police. This is great dialogue. I'm very happy with this. It was for nothing. You can't stop me from doing a podcast. Oh, that's sort of the same thing. Last I looked. Great. I'm so glad. Whiplash was phenomenal. La La Land was phenomenal. He's great. Yeah, excellent. Is there a target generation you write for? It's tricky. I mean, you can try that. There was a long period up until the past 10 years when you simply had to write for 18 to 24, or maybe 5 to 24. Young people were the only interested demographic. The entire studio system was geared because of the repeat viewing, the merchandising, the theme parks and tie-ins. The primary audience was young people. They went to the theater more often. Since streaming brought everything home, that has become much more diverse and it's actually interesting. Actually, this was a fascinating meeting. This is no longer true, but 10, 15 years ago, I had a meeting with Amazon when they were just starting their streaming service. And I brought them an idea which had a young main character. And they said, we don't do young main characters because our audience are people who have Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime costs $100-something a year, and young people don't do Amazon Prime. It's a middle-aged and up people. It's an established, it's 30s and middle-aged and up. People who have Amazon Prime are our audience, so we want an older demographic. That is no longer true, but it is fascinating to recognize the changes that new technology has brought to what was otherwise an absolute lockstep demographic need from the 70s to the 2010s. Yeah, I'm not going to do the one space after a period. I've talked about this. The one space after a period, I believe is first of all, I think it's bad for the eyes no matter what. I think that you need to see the break between sentences, but especially Courier typeface. This is Courier typeface. Scripts are done in Courier, which imitates a typewriter. And one of the things about Courier is it does not do proportional spacing. The spacing between letters in Courier is different than the spacing between letters in other fonts on computers. So, you can't stop me from doing this. That's it. That's all we need. You can't stop me from doing this. Yeah, but I can stop you from being in this house. You know, but no, seriously, get out. You want to be the next victim? Great, but not here. I need his material. I don't care. Out. Scram. I am not enabling another murder. Her house, her rules. Oh my God, you sound old. I know. Okay, this was a okay. See, hurries out because it's emotionally Division 5, perhaps in the graphic design field. It's called Monospaced. And yeah, it is ugly. It is. I hate it to death too. However, since every script in the 20th century was typed that way, we all say scripts. The truth is, it's interesting. Why do scripts have to be in Courier? I mean, they're not typed anymore. I'm curious to see where that goes in the next generation or two. I have actually seen a couple of Helvetica scripts. It actually freaks you out. It's weird. Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. I am calling it on that. That was good. 54, that's neat. Still have not made this shorter, but damn, it's getting better. I'm getting to the good scenes. And the scenes that aren't good have gotten better, and we're getting to a good place in this thing. Ooh, now you have a copy. Damn, I want to have a copy. I'm gonna have to go right after this. I'm gonna have to go on there. Okay, hold on. So yeah, this is where we are. Listen, I am not going to be here tomorrow, but I will be here Monday. So you all should have yourselves. You should do some work. You should do some writing. Try and catch up with me here. So go write something. I'll repeat that in a second. And in the meantime, good luck to all of you. Go write something.